morning, gamers. Welcome to the Demon Zone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday. You made it, and your reward is me. How's everyone doing? The Stunt Lady, thank you for the 13-month subscription. I appreciate it, buddy. I'm working today, but just wanted to drop in a resub and say have a great stream. Thank you, Stunt Lady. Johnny Links, thank you for the subscription. Happy to be here. Me too, Johnny. Whoops, I'm with myself. And your mic isn't right. Oh no, is it? I wonder, is that because this is on? So if we close this, is it still weird? Yes. Oh, Streamlabs did update. I bet it's looking at the wrong mic. Give me one sec. Totally is. Hopefully now I sound as clear and beautiful as an angel singing as it plummets from heaven. Okay, let me know if that sounds better. Perfect. Okay, good. Yeah, Streamlabs does this fucking awesome thing where whenever it updates, it's just like, hey, we're going to reset all your settings. Is that cool? And you're like, absolutely not. And they're like, cool, we're going to do it now. And you're like, okay, well, god damn it. Did you watch Canelo versus Crawford? I did not. I put it on but fell asleep before the main event. The second fight in the card was excellent. Also, are you going to skip the WWE pay-per-view? I was just kind of getting to the place where I was like, okay, cool. I am over my disappointment with WWE. Wrestling journalism is unfortunately part of what I do now for some reason. I have to consume WWE and give takes on it because otherwise the only kinds of people who will watch it are people who do not have a problem with the larger company and will not call that shit out. And that was right up until they announced that WrestleMania is taking place in Saudi Arabia.
Happy Wolfpack's anniversary. Sorry, I can't stay.
Oh, that fucking company. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but yeah.
Love you all.
Pop Tart Kitty, thank you for the
Smile,
subscription.
Supply,
Happy
15
Wolf.
Gabby.
Happy Wolfpack's anniversary. Sorry, I can't stay. I have to drive to work. Have a wonderful stream. Love you all. Boone Smile Super. Thank you, Pop Tart Kitty. Remember our agreements about no apologizing. Yeah, look, I'm gonna go back to covering WWE at some point, but I haven't watched anything. The last WWE thing I watched was the live show I went to about 2 months ago. That was the one where John Cena cut his promo against Logan Paul. In my defense, I bought the tickets for that last year, and they were like 200 fucking euro, so I was going to get my money's worth. But yeah, just extremely disappointed with that company on all fronts, creatively, socially, just everything. And not super excited to talk about it or say anything about it at all, which is a problem because I have an appearance on a wrestling podcast this week. So yeah, but how's everyone doing? We all good? We all good? New haircut, looking slick. Yes, I did indeed get my haircut. You don't have to force yourself to watch WWE for journalism's sake if you don't want to do it. I feel like a part of my mission statement with the channel has been to promote the art form of professional wrestling and specifically show people why it's cool. And when you love wrestling and when you take it very seriously like that, you kind of do need to cover the biggest organization in the world. So I do feel like I have a certain responsibility to do that in the same way like any big MMA fan has a responsibility, or any big MMA journalist or whatever has a responsibility to follow the UFC. I don't love it, but it kind of just is the way it is. I give you permission to stop. Thank you, Skillful Ferret. My Vermis 1 and 2, Godhusk and Mock Soul order just came today. Hopefully I'll get your book on reprint someday. So, okay. Vermis 1 and 2, obviously great. Godhusk, that's maybe the new God tier standard of fake video games. Fucking incredible. Mock Soul, unfucking believable. I loved Mock Soul so much. It's really hard to like rank it next to Vermis. Like it kind of does different things, but they're all incredible. They're so good. Um, you probably answered this before, but just now got a chance to tune in. Do you watch New Japan? Not current New Japan, but I'm a big fan of former New Japan. I kind of just I've fallen off current New Japan after many years of like watching like every match in the G1 or whatever. I'm just not super compelled by the direction of the company, but I want to try and get back in because there's always cool shit happening in New Japan, and I'm hearing about this new heel, Ice Shino or something like that, and people are really talking him up, and he sounds kind of awesome, and I love his look, so I want to check him out. I now believe in Joe Hendry after getting into wrestling from your videos. Glad to hear it. What about the card from All Out? Any match you're interested in, or have you just checked out of wrestling? No, I'm interested in All Out. I'm particularly interested in Moxley versus God damn, I'm blanking on the name. Little half-face skeleton dude who I've thought is awesome for years. What, Darby Allin? God damn it. I think that could be a really great match. T-Lore32, hey John, just want to say thanks to you and Wooly. I've gotten into Gunpla and Gundam as a whole, and it's been super fun. Just got a Vider and the Lupus Rex, came in today, and I'm so excited to build them. Thanks again. Oh, no problem, T-Lore. That's so sweet to hear. But yeah, no, that's cool. Return of Eddie Kingston. Oh, I would love Eddie to come back. If Eddie doesn't have... Okay, I'm not going to turn this into a wrestling stream, I promise. If Eddie doesn't have an AEW title run by the end of his reign, that would be a screaming tragedy. That would be so unfortunate. So guys, I have a little news. I had to measure myself for a thing. I had Michelle measure me, and I came in at 5'8.5". Okay, 5'8.5". We have had it 1 inch wrong this entire time. Okay, so if I wanted, I could wear 2-inch lifts and be above average height now, is what that says. Shorter? Did you get shorter? No, Kozanagi, the opposite. Thank you for the subscription. I don't believe you. It's true. I'm taller than you. Trunk of the Red. Yes, probably. Statistically. Oh, whoa, I'm actually... Okay, well, now, hang on. People are saying, oh, wow, I'm taller than you. That's not what this is about. I've gained an inch. Chat. I've grown in all the boxing and the jiu-jitsing and the believing in myself. It's all paid off. Would you ever join AEW as part of their team as a manager or production team member from Gross Dragon XCOM? Probably not, because a couple of reasons. I think it would mean uprooting my life in Ireland and moving to America and then traveling all over America with a bunch of wrestlers, and I think I don't think I want to do that for very long. And then also, I think the chance that I would make more money doing that than doing what I am doing is probably pretty slim. That's thanks to all of you. And I also think that I get to live my cushy life this way and play through my stupid old survivor horror games, and I just love it. So yeah, I really like I like the way things are now. I would love to do a wrestling match. I would love to do one wrestling match where I am like a competitor in it, and I wouldn't give a shit how gimmicky it would be. I wouldn't give a shit how short it was. I would just love to do one. I would love to lose one wrestling match. Now, whether that's ever going to happen, I don't know, but I would be so down. I would train. Like, I would legit train for it, but yeah. Hi John, I love you very much. You're handsome and smart and lovely, and all I need to know is the neon sign behind you says, and I need to know what the neon sign behind you says. Please and thank you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm after moving this again. The neon sign behind me says Heaven's Night. Let me put it in focus here for a second, because the background's pretty sick. Does this kind of look like I'm about to murder you? Like I have my hand around your throat and I'm like, time to die. Like that's kind of what the camera shot looks like to me. Okay, there it is. There's the background in focus. We can see all the cool things. We can see my Eye Patch Wolves poster. We can see my Gundam. We can see all this. I think this kind of works better. I think you guys know what I look like. You don't need to fucking see me in focus. But the background is a sick ass background. I think we can all agree. Oh wow, the camera's a little over to the side. You can kind of see the goblin hole now. Okay, guys, I want to show you the plan for this studio, right? So if we move it over here, what the fuck is that? Oh, is that my fan? Yeah, that's my fan. This area here, this is the goblin hole. This is going, like, it doesn't look like it right now. This is actually quite like a large little area. And this is actually going to be turned into a couch stream zone. I'm going to put a TV at the back wall there and then a couch in front of it. And that's going to look where I'm going to have my PlayStation set up. And I'm going to be able to stream PlayStation 2 games from now on. Or PlayStation console games, I should say. And I'm so excited to do that. The couch is ordered. The TV is about to be ordered. And it's all just going to be... it's going to be a new era in streaming. I am still going to stream from this setup from time to time. But... well, I'll still probably commonly stream from here. But we'll just have more options and kind of the shit we can do and like the games we can play on stream. Which I'm just like so pumped about. Let me get myself back in focus here. That ain't right. That ain't right. There we go. Just that little bit. I still think I look a little bit out of focus. Maybe we're good. CEO Azra Budas, thank you for the subscription. The Danvale, oh yeah, that was the one I already read, thank you. Orsi the Legend, thank you for your video essays. Their rewatch value is unending, and I love the emotional tones and insights for each one. Thank you, Orsi Legend, I really appreciate that. John, I saw you sneeze into your hands and not use a fucking tissue. Hey, listen. There ain't always time, okay? Let me see here. Let me get rid of all this. So the plan for today's stream is to pretty much hang out for... Oh man, that's still not right. God damn it. Let me get this. Sometimes I use my tattoos to help myself figure out when I'm in focus. There we go. That's looking sharp. Plan for today's stream is want to hang out, want to talk, and then later I want to play a new game that came out that I am quite excited about. John, do you have a dog update? No dog update. I am still dogless, but that may change at some point. John, all the ads appearing next to you on my screen are for lady pads and adult diapers. Okay, the lady pads I understand, because whenever a fan of these streams comes up to me in real life, it's usually a girl. The adult diapers, I must say, has caught me by surprise. Mug of Beans, thank you for the super chat. Tom Talks Tropes, thank you for the £5 super chat. What is your least favorite part about making video essays? Mine is getting all the specific media for the video, specific scenes, panels, etc. Without question, hitting upload. That is my least favorite part of making videos. I don't like anything that comes after hitting upload. I don't like hitting upload. I don't like the feeling of the video escaping from me and it's just out in the world there, and it's not even really mine anymore because people are just gonna have their own takes on it. And yeah, they're not wrong to. It's just that's the part where I I hate that, and I just get so fucking anxious every day of upload. Every time I have to upload a video, I get so fucking anxious. I don't look at it. I don't think about it. I will look at it like the next morning, and I hate that as well. But yeah, I just cannot stand uploading videos. I think it's my least favorite part of the job by a are we gone, or are we here, chat? Let me know, cuz on my end everything seems to be okay. Uh, um I'm back. Yeah, that was weird. That was not on my end. Everything here looked to be totally fine. I think whatever happened there, I don't know. Cool. Good. Mm, you're kind of back, but your video is not see. I hear and see you now. Mm, out of sync. If I'm out of sync, maybe try hit refresh because it looks like it's only on the Twitch side as opposed to the YouTube side. Sick tats, John. Thank you.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Irish Refer.
Would recommend getting a dog, perhaps even 2 dogs so they can have a friend. 10/10 experience.
Hex Trainer
Not
Evie
sponsored
would
by the
recommend
Dutch
getting a dog,
propaganda.
perhaps even 2 dogs, so they can be a friend. 10 out of 10 experience. My dog won't need another dog because I will be its friend, and I will become emotionally dependent on it, and I will tell it all my darkest secrets, and it will have to deal with that when it happens. No, I get a cat. I do love cats. The adult diapers must be because a lot of viewers are elderly. John will be known as the top dog. I keep thinking that the stream is frozen, but sometimes John just holds perfectly still. That's kind of what I'm like. I'll kind of be talking to someone, and I'll be like, yeah, we should do this. Okay, let's go. And I just get really lost in thought for like a couple of seconds, and it's a weird one.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Do you like a dog that vibes?
Do you like
or
a dog that
plays
vibes or a
lots?
dog that plays lots? Duvids, I would say that I can kind of go for both. I think most dogs start off as one and kind of become the other. Like a young dog is never going to be a vibes dog. I think a vibes dog, it needs like a decade of just becoming wise. Like that's my favorite stage with a pet, when it becomes wise, when it like knows all your shit and knows exactly what you're going to do before you do it, and they're just chill with you and you're just chill with them. So yeah. Um John is dramatic by nature. I kind of am. I'm pretty melodramatic. Um, Tom talks tropes. Any part of the creation process itself you dislike? I mean, so like I hate hitting walls. I hate when you get stuck on something. But what I've actually learned over 10 years of making videos is creative blocks just happen. Like they're not bad. They're not anything going wrong. They just happen. You just hit them, and then you just kind of have to wade through them, and you always will. Like given enough time, you will figure out any creative problem. And even if you don't, you're better off taking your best, like taking your best plan and just punting it and hoping for the best. But yeah. Melodramatic or melodramatic? I want to cause a massive fuss about nothing but holy shit, Carlock, do you live in Brittany? If that's Britain, no, I do not. John, I got my master's degree. Ava underscore Engelian underscore sh. Congratulations, Ava. That's awesome. Fair play. For Swim Nemo, who I don't know and definitely do not work with on any kind of public project that neither of us will disclose. Creative work is a lot of trial and error. Absolutely. But yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Was thinking a bit recently, chat, how my wife and me are together 20 years in about 2 weeks, and how fucking strange that feels. Yeah, it's a weird one. I saw this TikTok. It was one of these TikToks where someone goes up and like asks and like someone like, "What's your story?" And that he asked this old man like, "Who's the love of your life?" And the old man, it was fucking sad. The old man was like, "Oh, my wife who like died last year," and I was like, "Man, that sucks." And the old man is like, "It got better every year. To year 63, he was with her for 63 years. Year 63 was better than year 1." And it's like, fuck, man, that's so cool, you know? And I guess it got me thinking about relationships and dating and all this kind of shit. Because, like, I've only ever been on, like I think maybe I went on 2 dates. But when I say 2 dates, I'm not really counting, like, random hookups or shit like that. But I went on 2 dates before I met with Michelle. And I went with this girl. And she was, like, a really, really nice girl. And, like, I'd have fun with her. We would basically just go out and get shit-faced. And, but I think really quickly it became obvious to me that, like, I just wasn't that into her. At least I could feel her getting, like, really serious about me, and I just was not. I just didn't see her that way. Like, she was a laugh and, like, she was cute, but it just wasn't. The feelings weren't there. You know, like, the feelings just were not there. And I was actually dating her. Now, when I say dating, I don't mean in a relationship. I mean, literally, we had gone on 2 dates. I was technically dating her when I went Michelle. When I met Michelle. And then didn't really get to know Michelle. And then I did like a leaving cert holiday. I went off to Crete with a bunch of lads, which in hindsight is really not the kind of holiday that I should be going on, because I just I don't think about it. Like, that's just not really my jam. But I met another girl over there and I hung out with her for a little bit. And it kind of, she sort of showed me, like, I wasn't like that into her either, but she kind of showed me like, wow, I'm not feeling a whole lot for this first girl. And so then when I got back, I rang her up, and over the course of a 2-hour conversation, I told her I didn't want to see her anymore. And oh man, she was kind of okay with it at the start, and she got super pissed at the end. And I felt bad, but it's like, it was just kind of was what it was, you know? Like, I just didn't see her that way. And so then I was like, okay, I'm free, I'm single for the first time. I'm like confident. Like, this is the first time in like my teenage years that my face isn't covered in acne. I've been like working out and like getting more and more confident. And I would say, like, I was starting to get interest from like girls and guys, and like, you know, confidence was like building. I was like, okay, cool, this is cool. I can definitely like play the field for a little bit here. And immediately become best friends with Michelle. And I remember I was in the National History Museum in Dublin, and I was drawing a wolf, go figure. And I look up, and Michelle is just standing there. She's standing there, and she's staring down at me. And she's staring at me with this, like, I don't know what the fuck you'd call it. Like, extreme curiosity, I guess. I whatever it was, like, I've never had someone look at me like that. And I look up at her and I look into her eyes and I immediately feel like deep down, like, oh God. And I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, it's just this weird fucking feeling, you know? And so we get chatting and she's really cool and like she's sound and like really just herself, you know? And then we're talking and she tells me how she had her debs recently, which I guess is the American version of prom. It's basically prom. It's prom. You ask someone to go to a end of high school dance or whatever. And Michelle tells me how she brought her friend, who her friend's name was like Sarah. And I was like, oh, so Michelle brought a girl to her debs, which means like she's which means like she's single or into girls, and I'm kind of curious to find out which. And then so, but anyway, the conversation sort of moves on or whatever. And then she's like, so is there anyone that you want to take to your debs? And I was like, honestly, not really. No, there's no one I'm that interested in. And I remember she kind of pauses, right? And she just goes,
Mondo cool.
and is there like a reason that you think no one is good enough to go to the prom with you or go to your debs with you? And she says that, and immediately, like, critical fucking damage. Like, oh God, oh no, this woman has my number, oh Jesus. And I think, like, immediately fell for her in that moment. Just like, oh God, oh no, oh no. And didn't want to get with her. I did not want to get with her, and the reason I didn't want to get with her is because I wanted to be single, and I wanted to like enjoy myself, you know. But the fucking pull towards this woman, every day I would go into college and I'd be so pumped to talk to her. You know, every fucking day I'd be like I'd be on the bus being like, can't wait to talk to Michelle, you know, like just pumped to hang out with her, and like completely in denial about my own feelings as well. And then anyway, like, it is completely inevitable that I ask her to come to my debs. We go on a trip to this place in Ireland called Tiglin. The class goes on a trip, and so I ask her there, and she's like, yeah, I'll go to your debs with you. And I was like, oh, cool. But like, something's a bit off. Something feels kind of wrong. Like, she's not delighted I ask her. And I was like, oh no, maybe I've miscalculated things here. And so anyway, like, the conversation kind of ends, and like, it's nice, like, we're spending time together, but something definitely feels a little off. And she's also like hanging around a lot with this other guy on the trip, and I am fucking crazy jealous. Oh my God, just fucking burning rage in these moments, you know? And the worst part is the guy, he's fucking cool, and he's like handsome, and he plays guitar, and he's funny, and oh man, I was fucking not happy, you know? But so then anyway, there's one night, and I get kind of shit-faced, and me and Michelle end up going for a walk. And I kind of just say it to her, and I'm like, I guess I felt like maybe things were a little weird when I asked you to go to the debs. And then she was kind of like, yeah, that's because you asked me to go to your debs and not be your girlfriend. I was like, oh. And like, for as fucking gone as I was by that point, look, this is how you date me. This is how, if you try and be nice to me, it won't work, okay? It would not work. And how tall was she? Smaller than me. She's a lot smaller than me. And so we end up kissing for the first time there, and we kiss like Like, I always remember, like, we were out in the fucking dead of night in rural Ireland, zero air, zero light pollution, and so it's literally just like the stars filled with skies, and like it's the most romantic shit ever. But I'm like stressed because I'm like, oh fuck, I no, okay, I'm fucking crazy over this girl, but I want to be single. So I know what I'll do. I'll date Michelle for a little while. I'll let that run its course because I'm not looking for anything serious, and then I'll start dating around. And I am really transparent about this with Michelle, and I tell her, listen, like, and like we're hanging out a lot now at this point, and I don't want her to get too in like the previous girl did. So even though like the shit I feel for this woman is insane, and so then I tell her, like, listen, I'm not looking for anything serious here. You know, we're both 19 at this point. 19. You know, like, that is how young we were. Michelle, like, I think had just turned 19, and I was like 19 for a couple of months. And I was like, you know, we're so young, like, we're still teenagers, like, you know, obviously, like, this can't be like a long-term thing. And I kind of say to her, I'm like, but you know, what could maybe happen is that we could be together, and then maybe we date around a little bit, and then we kind of be together again. And she kind of looks at me, and she's like, yeah, you know, there's people in my family who met when they were our age, and like they're married now. And she just says it like completely stone-faced. And I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, this poor girl, this poor, sweet, innocent creature, and now I'm going to have to break her heart. Eventually. Well, it's 20 years later, and she fucking showed me. But you know what? Like, speaking completely 100% genuinely, it's always been good. Like, it's okay, no, that's not to say there haven't been tough points. There's been absolutely points where, like, we both found the relationship really hard. Like, we both went to separate colleges. That was like so fucking difficult because we were both meeting all these new people and all this kind of stuff, and it was like genuinely like very, very difficult. But I think it's like, you know, like the whole red oni, blue oni dynamic? That's like me and her. Michelle is like cool and like calculated, and she measures everything, you know? And I'm more like emotional and kind of all over the place. And I think those core building blocks always, always complemented each other. But on top of that, like, we kind of grew up together. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't kids when we met. We were just teenagers. But like, when I think of being 19 now, that's a fucking kid. Like, and I'm not saying, like, if you're 19 and you're watching this, I'm not saying that to insult you. I'm just saying that, like, as a 38-year-old looking back at me when I was 19, that is a literal child. Like, that is someone who does not know anything about themselves or who they were, you know? And we went through everything together, and, you know, we are still together after 20 years. You want to know the fucked up thing? You want to know the really fucked up thing? Been together 20 years, I still get excited when I hear her key in the door. I still get excited when I hear her coming up the stairs to this office. That's fucking crazy to me. Like, that is how I know that, like, this is the relationship I'm meant to be in. And, you know, like, I have friends who are single, like, and like I've talked to different friends about like their relationship problems and stuff. And one of the things that really stands out to me sometimes is the like a dog, exactly like a dog. I am an excited dog around that woman. And one of the things that really stands out to me is the amount of people who tolerate being with someone who either doesn't respect them or like consciously hurts them, and or like who they're just not happy with. I remember I got talking to a girl. This was at a influencer gathering from the last year, And she was telling me how she was with this person and she was so miserable. And like I had never met this person before. She was just like another streamer. And she was telling me she was so miserable with her partner. And like I didn't say it to her this harshly, but there was a part of me that's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, if this person doesn't make you happy, fucking leave him. You know, like it doesn't matter. Um uh wouldn't you be a few months into 39 time if it's been 20 years? Uh oh, maybe I have the dates mixed up, but it's 20 years October. Maybe I was 18 when I messaged her, I can't remember. But so many people I know would say they could never be friends with their partner since they generally don't like them, and that blew my mind. Natty248, that is a fucking crazy thing to say. Like, I couldn't be friends with Michelle, but like in terms of I just couldn't stand not being with her. Like that would be impossible to be around her and not have that be the case. But yeah. Yeah, it took me 2 years after a relationship to realize my ex didn't respect me the way I respected them. Cherry soda bomb. Yeah, that is totally true. So like, you know, when you have like a good relationship with like a friend or something like that, and it's like they respect you and you feel like you can be yourself around them, and you feel like you can say what's on your mind without them judging you too harshly. That is like the minimum building block for a relationship as far as I'm concerned. You know, like it's crazy to me the weird games people play during dating and shit like that. Like pretending, well, I guess I get not wanting to come on too strong, but I think people get so insane over that stuff. But yeah. Weird, my wife and I are best friends. She's my absolute favorite person, and we've been together for nearly 12 years. Yeah, I think it's a weird one. Not okay. Kanzuko, not romantic, but a friend group of mine constantly harassed me for about 4 years before I finally got up the gall to just ditch their asses at a time, and it was the only friend group I had. Yeah, Kanzoku, I have totally been in situations where you have a friend and it's like, this is actually bad, and every time I interact with this person I feel worse about myself. I could not imagine being in a relationship where that dynamic exists. Like that's fucking crazy, you know? But I think sometimes people believe when one person comes along and shows any romantic interest in them, especially if they're like romantically not that experienced, then like they think that, oh shit, this might be my only shot. I would much rather be single than be in a shitty relationship. Like, I'm single, I can fucking order takeout whenever I want, I can watch my anime all day, I can go out and meet people. If I'm in a shitty relationship who like doesn't respect me, I could never do those things, you know? Um some people are with someone just because they can't let themselves be single. They get their sense of worth from being in a relationship. I feel like, yeah, I've definitely met people like that, not a rabbit, and I feel like if that's your dynamic, you are going to cheat yourself out of actually being in a good relationship. Because one of the things about being in a relationship, or at least like a non-poly relationship or whatever, is that you can't be with other people. If you're in an exclusive relationship, as most relationships are, like you can't find other people. You can't be in situations where you meet other people. I'm cool with that because I'm never gonna meet anyone like Michelle for as long as I fucking live. And like, if God forbid anything happened to her,
right,
like
boys.
she would be the one forever. Like that,
Well done,
that is
Ishak.
100% the
I
love
think
of
you're
my
all
life.
cool.
And like,
Finger
a
guns.
part of that is that we've been together for 20 years and literally grown into the right partners for each other. You know, that like you're unattractive or that no one could ever find you hot, like people are going to smell that. People can tell when that's the case. And if you can just trick your stupid fucking brain into being like, no, I am attractive, I am hot, or whatever, like, you will come across more attractive to people. I have seen this in action so many times. I know people who like aren't conventionally good looking or whatever, And oh fuck, are we gone again? Um, is it on the YouTube? So we appear to be live on the YouTube side. So, okay, the stream seems to have gone down altogether. That's really weird. Are we back? Sound works on YouTube. Stream freezes on. No one can find you hot. People are going to smell it. God damn it. Sound off. That is so weird. Not muted on YouTube. YouTube is fine. Twitch has no audio now. That's so strange. It was gone for a second on YouTube, but we're now back on Twitch. No problem on YouTube. God damn. Okay, I'm gonna start that again. I'm gonna give it a sec till we're like back. No problem here. YouTube is working. Yeah, guys, you might be better off switching to YouTube if it's not working right on Twitch, because Twitch just seems to be having one. That's so strange. Do we have sound back on Twitch? Let me switch over here.
That it was good because I buy it from the store.
Seems like no audio on Twitch. That is so fucking frustrating. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Yeah, that is so annoying. Yeah, it's a Twitch thing. I really don't know what to do on the Twitch, and I might just try and